What's up, my Reapers? Reaperplanks game over here. Welcome back to another episode of Reaperplanks Survives. This is episode 46? I don't know. In the previous episode, what did we do in the previous episode? I got dementia. Yeah, actually, what did we do in the last episode? Oh, train station. In the previous episode, we built up the train station. Why am I transparent? What in the hot and crispy? Okay, anyway, besides me being a ghost, I actually do have something to show you with my skin. As you can see by my arm down there, I am not looking like my totem. No. I have got my king's robes on. Wow. I have got a crown. Oh yeah, there he is in all of his glory. Anyway, I apologize if I sound weird. My throat is kind of messed up and I'm losing my voice. And also I apologize for being loud in my room. It's summer, so you know what that means. No, what it really means is my AC unit is on. What are we going to be doing in this episode? Well, you see this area right here? All this wooded area. We're going to be tearing that out. We're going to be building a graveyard. Why here? Because it was the closest I could get to the church. So we're going to have a stone bridge coming from the church over to that island over there. Then we're going to have another bridge connecting from over here to over here. And we're going to rotate this house, which means we have to tear down that house and then rebuild it. At this point, I think I'm known for tearing things down that I've already built and doing something else. Speaking of which, it's come to my attention that in the kingdom, we don't have a bank anywhere, and I think that's kind of important for a shopping district. I have to decide where in this kingdom I'm going to fit a bank in. But anyway, that's not what this episode is about. We're focused on dead people, not rich people. Why am I like this? I've got to prep this area by getting rid of all of these trees, flattening the land somewhat, and making it somewhat presentable. So I'm going to do that, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. This is a big old area, ready for us to come in and build. So we've got this area ready to go, prepped to build. We are, like I said, gonna have a bridge coming across from over there to over here. And I did kind of start on the foliage, but then I just decided I don't want to do that right now and just flatten all this out, landscape it, and we've got something that I can work with finally. Now, what we're going to do is what we usually do first, which is paths and foliage, and then the actual structure itself. So we're gonna have a wall going around this, as well as a mausoleum right here, which is going to have a crypt at the bottom of it, which I think is going to be very cool. Concern you're probably having is, why do you have the graveyard so close to the school in the Ridge district? And that's because, again, it was the closest place I could put it to the church, and we're gonna have a big wall of trees around this area, so you can't really see it from the school. Same with over here, it's just gonna be a big wall of trees all the way around this area. And over here, you might be wondering if I'm gonna do anything with this village. Yes, I plan on doing something with this village, and I actually meant to show this in the first clip, but I kind of got distracted by all my resource packs not wanting to work and my voice kind of being dead. But I have added something into our basement, into our storage area. So if we just come down here and we break this out, we have our to-do list. So far we have a graveyard, cherry orchard, vineyard, farm village, and I gotta take out 2 islands, gonna add an airship yard, a mining quarry, complete tracks, and now I have also added on a mountain. I probably didn't spell that right. Leave me alone. Alright, I'm going through it. English major and soon to be published author, by the way. And I got the A and the I backwards in mountain. Future's looking bright, man. Good luck, past self. Hey, FS is future self. But anyway, going insane and talking to himself and referring to himself as past self and future self on signs. Future's looking bright, man. So yeah, we've got a few projects to do. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, don't laugh, 8, 9 projects left to do for this kingdom. And the mountain was an idea I had while at work. And let me explain why I want to build a mountain, but we've got to talk about that village first. So this village over here will be turned into a farming village, like I said. And for the backdrop, I was like, man, this area around it is pretty boring. What should I do for it? Then I was thinking, kind of miss the mountains in Utah. And I was like, you know what I could do? I could build a really cool looking mountain here. Then I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. And then I thought about the tracks that would come through this area that are right over here. I was like, I could make it go through a tunnel underneath the mountain. And now I kind of got to commit to it. So that'll be a project. In the comments of this video, leave what build you want me to do next. We're going to be saving the mountain for after the farming village. so I'll go back down there and let you all see it. So if you want me to do the mountain, I have to do the farming village first. So here are your options for what I should build next. Like I said, put it down in the comments and I'll decide from that. But for now, we're focused on the graveyard. So let me go gather up the materials that I need and then we're gonna get started on this. It's officially day 2 of working on this project. I apologize, my voice is still dead. We have gotten all the foliage done. We've got the trees surrounding the area, as well as the bridges and the pathways, and we got the area for the mausoleum set up, as well as the crypt. And I'm gonna come down here and show you all the area that we have to work with. I'm gonna slaughter these dumbass. Alright, now with those boneheads out of the way, we got this big ol' area to work with for the crypt. I can't wait to show you all this and the lore implications that it has for the kingdom. But anyway, I know a lot of you ignore the arrows. I know a lot of you are probably asking why build a graveyard. Like, you don't necessarily need it for a kingdom, but I thought it was a nice attention to detail. And also, for almost a year now, I've been wanting to build a willow tree, and this was my excuse to do it. And this was originally supposed to go in the middle of the graveyard, but I just thought that having a willow tree in the middle of the graveyard made it feel a lot darker, gave it more of a haunted vibe, and that's not the vibe that we're going for with this kingdom. Also, check that out. Damn, that's pretty cool. I like that. Why do I have these clouds on with those clouds? Apologies as I still figure out my settings for updating. But anyway, yeah, this is a really good willow tree. I'll try to find the design that I used and leave a link in the description. But this tree right here is literally the entire point of this entire graveyard. And it does make the kingdom feel more complete, because as we're just standing here from the episode starting point, so you look down, you see the bridge over there, you see all the trees surrounding the area, and then of course whenever the graveyard's done you're going to be able to see everything. And I think I want to save this area for just trees and flowers and stuff like that. This bridge is also really cool because it's on a diagonal, and I think that gives it a little bit more character, a little more life, you know what I'm saying? So we got a bunch of different arches, and it's also angled, and I'm really proud of this bridge and the way that it turned out. It was a pain to plan it out, but damn does it add a lot of character and detail to this kingdom. And I feel it was necessary for it to lead from the church over to the graveyard, you know? It's coming along well. I'm making some good progress. I'm really loving the way that this is turning out so far, though. I can't wait for it all to be done. Whoa! Look at that view! Dude, seriously. I think it was B-Dubs. It was someone else who said the quote first, but B-Dubs is the one who I know to say it, where he said, ouch. Every frame is a picture. This is a picture. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I should go to bed. Alright, I will see you all tomorrow. And just like that, we have gotten the graveyard completed, and it is looking pretty good, I would say. Yes, my voice is still gone. It's been 3 days now. I feel like this is nice, peaceful, not too, you know, What is the word I'm looking for? Again, English major and soon to be published author. Future's looking bright, man. Not too dreary, very open. I like that view of the castle, man. That's so cool. But anyway, we're not here to look at that. We're here to look at the graveyard itself. So we've got all these different graves, all randomized and scattered about, but there is an actual order to the headstones. So the headstones are all 5 blocks away from the center of the other headstones. So right here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks away from that headstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks away from that headstone. And that just repeats. Of course, it gets a little awkward whenever you have an even number headstone, but hey, I made it work. Of course, we got our cherry blossom tree right here because cherry blossoms are important to the lore of this kingdom, and we've got the mausoleum right here. I used a lot of shelf blocks in this build to try to add a little bit more detail, and the inside is pretty cool as well. We've got the statues of Evon and Grace, and we've got a skylight here, and the tragedy of this is that the light will never hit both of them at the same time, kind of representing how these two were secret lovers but could never be together. But anyway, enough about the lore. Here we go down here. We got this transition from pale oak to stone bricks. I like this transition. I think I did a pretty good job with it. But anyway, down here we've got the tomb of Evon and Grace, and I've been using copper golems in the kingdom, kind of like their angel statues, I guess. So we got them here, but we've also got them here on the front of our bridge. And I forgot to put the levers up there, but you know, and that idea came from, I think, over here in the middle class district. Yes, when I first put this copper golem up there, I was like, alright, so that is like an angel statue now, I guess. Back to the tomb. And then we've got the tombs of all the different royal family members, you know, as generations have gone on. Of course, these aren't all filled out, but you know, there is room, and then they can keep going if they need to in either direction. I think it's pretty cool. It wasn't necessarily necessary. What? It wasn't exactly needed, but it does add a lot of life into the build and makes it feel more complete, in my opinion. I like that bridge a lot. But now, I'm going to clean up this area real quick. Ouch. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these items into my sorting system, let it sort out, and then I'm going to figure out what we're going to do for the rest of this episode, because this is going to be a very short episode if I just leave it like this. And I want next episode to be the Chaos Cube drop, because I have a special surprise in mind for you all in the next episode, not this episode. Looks like you're just going to have to come back. Oh well, what a shame. You got to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can go back and see the special surprise. Please come back to the channel. What I'm gonna do real quick is something that I wanted to do for like a month now. Just improve the front door of the castle. I've already torn it out, don't be alarmed. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up these trapdoors like this. You can probably tell where this is going from the items in my inventory. I saw this technique done by Good Times with Scar and Hermitcraft with the Hermitcraft bank. Of course, it was blue when he did it, but I was like, yo, that is actually a really good door. I've got to use that for my castle. So thank you, Scar. Now we just do this. See, as the game evolves, I'm trying to also evolve the kingdom, which is kind of why we have an airship, because, or why we're going to have an airship yard, because I had no idea where to put heralds. And oh no, I gotta do it like this. I forgot. Anyway, that's kind of why we're gonna have an airship yard, because I want a spot to put heralds. The happy gas. Yeah, I forgot you gotta like divvy it up in your inventory before you. Oh, nice. And see, that just kind of looks like bolts in the door, and that looks a lot better than just the plain old spruce doors that we had. And it would look better with levers on this side, like you can open them from the inside, but then it just looked too flat on this side, and I kind of don't like that. Or maybe I'll mess around with, where's the center? Right here, right where I'm standing. Grab some levers and try that. See, it kind of creates an awkward dip in the door now, and it kind of looks ugly, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe if I get the levers in there, it'll look better. I thought about adding shelves at the where the composters are as well, but then we don't get that lighting from the lantern underneath it. We kind of need that to keep this from having mobs spawning in. Castle's getting old, man. It's like, almost 3 years old at this point. Damn. We've been building this kingdom for a little while now. Oh yeah, also we're skipping a row because if you have it all over the door, it just kind of becomes too much in my opinion. Like too much to look at. I think that looks a lot better than, here, I'll just give you an example. So yeah, I think the other version looks a lot better than that. That's just a little too much going on in one area. Sometimes too much of something is a bad thing. Just kind of keep it like that. I will meet back up with you guys in a second when I get all this done. Now, as the sun rises over the kingdom and onto me on my throne. Look at that. Oh my god. That's a screenshot. Holy aura. Why did I say that? Anyway, we've got the door complete, and I think this looks a lot better. I did put the levers on the back, and I'm not sure how I feel about it still. Flicking that lever down behind it kind of changed the shelf. Here, I'll just show you. Change it to that. It's not that noticeable, but it's killing my OCD, and I don't like it. But if you guys think... Okay. If you guys think it looks better like that, then I'll keep it. Just let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, I do have to call it an episode for here. But the good news is the next episode is already recorded, so be sure to come back for that. And if you're looking for a video to watch in the meantime, go ahead and watch my MomoCon vlog video. I think it's one of my best videos that I've made in a very long time. And I really think you all will enjoy that video. But anyway, as I hit the gritty, don't ask questions, just go with it. I was caught on a bush, don't worry about it. But for now, I unfortunately have to say thank you all very much for watching this video. If you did like the video, be sure to leave a like if you want to, subscribe to the channel if you not already want to, and Reaperplanks Game 101. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Surprise gritty. They'll never expect it.